example 3, find each limit. Part A, we have the limit of 2x plus 5 all over 3x squared plus 1 as x approaches infinity. So again, if we try direct substitution, we're going to have, 2 infinity plus 5. It's not going to work here. Okay, you can't just plug infinity and have infinity over infinity. So we need to manipulate this. We need to algebraically manipulate this limit. And I'm going to do that by taking every single term, and this time I'm going to divide it by x squared. Again, this is essentially the same thing as multiplying this function by 1. So again, this is known as algebraic manipulation. There's many different ways that you can evaluate limits. You're going to have to know how to do all of them on the next test. Sometimes I'll force your hand and tell you, find the limit by graphing or manipulation. Other times I'll just say find the limit. If it just says find the limit, you can choose. Okay, so let's simplify this limit. This would be 2 over x plus 5 over x squared all over 3 plus 1 over x squared. Okay, now we can evaluate the limit. So notice here, if it's 2 over infinity here, this would be 0. Any number over infinity or negative infinity, that goes to 0. Plus 5 over infinity squared, that's going to be 0. So my numerator is going to be 0. My denominator is 3 plus 0 again. Any constant over infinity or negative infinity, if you square it, it's still going to be 0, so this would be 3. So this equals 0. Let's look at example B. Same thing. Okay, it's very similar. Again, we're going to use algebraic manipulation to analyze this, because if we directly just plug in infinity here, you're going to get 2 infinity squared plus 5 all over 3 infinity squared plus 1. It's really hard to determine what the answer is in that form. So, again, I'm going to take every single term and I'm going to divide it by x squared. Okay, and we're going to see what happens when x is approaching infinity. Again, next step, I'm going to simplify. So this is going to become 2 plus 5 over x squared all over 3 plus 1 over x squared. Again, as x is approaching infinity. So here this would be 2 plus 5 over infinity squared. That's going to be 0. So 2 plus 0 would be 2. The denominator, you have 3 plus 1 over infinity squared. That's going to be 0. So 3 plus 0 would be 3. So our answer is 2/3. Let's look at part C. Same idea here. Okay. We're going to take the limit as x is approaching infinity. And for every single term here, you could divide through by x cubed or x squared and analyze it. Either way would work. I'm going to divide every single one by x squared. So I'm going to get 3x squared divided by x squared plus 1 over x squared. Then I'm going to go ahead and simplify the function inside the limit. So this is going to be 2 plus 5 over x squared all over 3 plus 1 over x squared as x approaches infinity. So now let's look at the numerator. This would be 2, and x, as x is approaching infinity, this would be 5 over infinity squared, which would be 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. The denominator, you'd have 3 plus, again, 1 over. This would be like infinity squared, so it's going to be 0. So this would be 2/3 again. Oh, I messed up here. There should be an x here. So that changes everything. This is really going to be 2 times infinity all over 3, okay? And 2 divided by infinity plus 3. No matter what you're multiplying infinity by, it's still going to end up being infinity.